Hello everyone. I'm doing a stage one camouflage spray painting. It's not an actual firearm, but it is a stage one of it. When I get my proper setup, hopefully sometime this week or coming week for my class and stuff, I will do a proper setup of one of my firearms. This is spray painting for camouflage. I just gonna do a quick step, a quick one, do a draft. First thing first off, you gotta know what you want to camouflage. Almost everything can be camouflaged except what you use to camouflage. If you're doing a spray on, if you do a hydrographics or hydro dipping, or if you're doing Cerakote or Durablue. Now, as a coating, certain stuff cannot be hot glued due to what material is. Aluminum can be hot glued because it will melt the aluminum. Plastic can be hot glued because it will melt plastic. That should be obvious. It can't be wood without doing certain preparation towards it before you can hot glue it. For a coating, if you're doing protection or design, it depends on what you're doing for and what you're on. If you're doing for protection, then you're gonna have to know what material you want it on as well as what you're doing with and what's your outcome you want. Since this is stage one, I'm not gonna go into full detail. I'm just spray painting for camouflage. This is sheet metal, it's aluminum. I was going to use it for something else, but I'm going to do it for this demonstration. As you see, I jeweled it, a certain portion of it. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown. Since it's aluminum, I'm just doing a spray on coating. Now, I can do Durablue, I can do Cerakote to give it protection, but I need an oven. I'm just doing a light camouflage pattern. Before you start anything, since I'm not going to show the full detail, I'm just going to show you the example of it. First, you got to clean off. That's the most obvious thing. After you cleaned it, then you got to degrease it. If you're doing a camouflage that deal with an oven, you have to use a strong degreaser like acetone or brake clean and all that stuff. But if you're doing a light spray on, you can just degrease it with anything. After you degrease it, if you have any dimples, marks, scratches, rust, anything, you need to polish that. Starting with the low grits, like grit 80 up to grit 400. The low grits are hard surface. That's usually for getting off major pits and dents. When you get to higher grit numbers, that'll become a finer, like waxing the floor. Use a higher or a harder surface with a low grit like 80 or 90, and then you go up to 400 when you want to shine the life out of it. This is aluminum. So, and I'm just doing a quick rundown. If I were to polish any mark of it, I would start with grit 100, and then I would go up to 3 or 400 as a final polish shine, and then I will wipe it off with water, and then I will then acetone it to degrease any mark on it after I'm done. Once you acetone it and degrease it partially, you then need to prep it. Now, what's prepping mean is priming the surface, or basically painting the surface with a primer, like prime white, prime blue, or prime black, depending on what you want. After you prime the surface of it and let it dry completely, you then can go to camouflage. Now, that order may not have to be followed with priming, because if you have a black firearm, you can just do every other step other than priming, clean it off, and do a coating on that. Or if you want like green, black, blue, and pink, or orange, yellow, and stuff like that. Now, let's imagine I prime this. Let's call it. Now I'm going to do a camouflage. Patterns have certain legality on it, but not any major legality. The rest of that is for y'all to look up on. Police, military use certain camouflages, and People who play airsoft sports like I do also use certain camouflages because I like to blind my enemy before they see me coming a lot. Now, depending on the pattern you want as a stencil, which is a drawing pattern before you put on. Since this example, I'm going to say this pattern. I'm going to put this big pattern on first because you're supposed to start with a big pattern, then you start with a medium pattern. You can go start with another medium pattern, a small pattern, or you can go big, medium, medium. Certain patterns are different. Certain teachings are different. This is the first pattern. They're very large. I'm just going to do a quick spray paint on it. Now, the first color I'm going to do is red. And then I'm going to do blue, and then I'm going to do camouflage. Shake it up. Yeah. Now, there's just a quick rundown now. Before you spray it on, know what spray on you're doing or what paint you're doing. You can either be far away at certain degree angles, or you can be extremely close. How close you are and how far you are will determine the main color. Now, usually you will let this dry completely before you do anything else to it. Anything else once it dries completely. And then you remove that camouflage and put something else on, or you can add another camouflage and spray that area. I'm just doing a quick rundown. I'm going to remove the masking or taping, as people call it, and do another set of camouflage. This time it's going to be a different color. Since this is not dry, I'm going to flip it over and show you another demonstration of it. As you see, it's already got a pattern on it. Now I'm going to put another pattern on the opposite side. Just to show you. Like I said, you let that side dry. You either add to it and spray it again, or spray a certain section, or remove that and then spray that section with the masking or taping. You also wear gloves. You do not want to wear gloves for spray paint. Not wear gloves for spray paint or any eye protection. Now I'm doing camouflage. Now, like I said before, every camouflage or masking or taping or stencil you do, you want to let each layer dry off. I am removing this taping on it just for demonstration purpose. If this brown was on the same size red, it would be red, brown, red, and I will use the blue to put red, blue, brown. This is just a quick demonstration. I will have a more proper, elegant one up for y'all to see. I'm out.